Hello everyone and welcome to a walk me video of the brand new connectors functionality in the EcoStruxure IT Expert partner portal. So what you are looking at on my screen here is the view you will see as a partner logging into the IT Expert partner portal. Today you will be greeted with a new connectors tab on the left. There's nothing to display right now, and we are gonna go ahead and create our first connector together. We're going to go through all the steps that is required, and by the end of this video I will show you what it looks like when a ticket has been created in your ConnectWise PSA ticketing system. So we are going to jump right into it and create a connector. The first step that you must do, it is a one-time step, so for future connectors you do not need to do this, but it is to generate a public API key that you will use for future connectors. We are going to go ahead and create the API key. This is a personal key, so it is important to copy this and store it somewhere safe. I say yes, I have stored it somewhere safe, and I can close it just to be sure that you did do it. It will ask you to paste it here. I have read and understood the conditions. Step 2, select a customer from IT Expert. So this will be equal to an organization. All of the organizations that you manage in your customers view will be present in this list. So you simply select the one that this connector should generate tickets for, and we move on. For the ConnectWise credentials, step number 3, we ask you to fill in the information that allows us to connect to your API for your ConnectWise instance. So I have that prepared and I will just pull it up quickly so we can paste this information in. And as a managed service provider, it is expected that you have these private and public keys, the company and the site name at hand. And it will be the only thing that is required before you are going to be able to set up your connectors. What you're seeing now at the end here is that it validated live, so we do not allow you to move on unless this has actually been validated. So it will make a lot of sense in step 4, where we will actually set up our very first configuration. So here you will be able to decide what type of alarms, what statuses they have should go into a ticket in your ConnectWise. So I'm going to set, for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to select critical and active. Since we already provided the ConnectWise credentials, you will be able to live pick up the companies that are present in your ConnectWise system. So this is something that updates all the time, and you simply have to choose them from the list. We guide you through the steps here, and you will see what that looks like. So we're just going to select a few. The company we selected, we're going to select the priority, then we're going to select the board that this goes to. And you'll see now that it expanded, because once you select a board, which is a required field, you could go ahead, if your ConnectWise is set up in a more advanced manner, you could go ahead and actually select a board main type. Let's say that it should be a proactive type. You could select a subtype if any is available. We do have one here. So, and it really goes on like that until you have filled them all out. It is only the company, priority, and board that are required fields. The rest is dependent on the setup that you have in your ConnectWise system. Once we have set up a configuration, you can, if you would like to create multiple setups, let's say you would like critical warnings to go to one board, you would like warnings to go to a different board, you could simply duplicate this configuration, and below here you'll see now you get a new configuration. Here I would simply select warning, I would deselect critical, and I would change the board that this goes to, and just like that, I now have 2 configurations going to 2 different boards for different purposes. I will not create any new configurations here, but you can create as many as you like depending on the combinations that you find suitable for your setup. I will just click next, and in the end here we ask you to input a bit of connector data. This is to make it easy to trace what you have created. So this is just the walk me video connector that we're doing here, and the description here is for the purpose of the video, and the company, I believe I selected Big Design, was one of our companies that we've chosen here. And in the end you can say, do I want this to be active immediately? You'll leave it as it is, or you can deselect it and it will not be active right now. You will simply have set up the configuration and you can go ahead and activate it later. We're going to leave this as active and submit. That was the final step, and on the front page here of the Connectors tab, you now have a card view where you will be able to see the information you provided in the last step. You will be able to see when this was created. If you go ahead and update the connector, you will also be able to see when this was last updated. This is great for purposes where there may be multiple managed service providers that create or manage these connectors. So it's a little bit of information, metadata if you will, for you there. You will be able to delete the card and you will be able to see the state. If there are any errors, they also pop up in the card here. And the final bit that I would like to show you is that in the managed PSA ticketing system, I'm just changing my tab here in my browser, and I've pulled up a ticket where you will be able to see an example of a ticket in a configuration we did. Some of the information that we find very important for you to know is a little bit of an initial description. So we've added what the alarm is, what the label of the alarm is. There is a direct link to IT Expert. You can go ahead and click. That takes you to the alarm in IT Expert. You can get extended information. But if you are not the type of person who has access to IT Expert, we simply present to you a little bit of device information, such as the label of the device and the organization this belongs to. As you will see here, there are a few timestamps, and depending on how often this alarm gets triggered, in this case the input voltage seems to have a problem for this specific device, we generate a new discussion field note, and we do that based on the timestamp for the alarm in IT Expert. So with that, we have completed our setup. We are receiving tickets in our ticketing system. It belongs to the company that we have selected. It has specific board and status types the way that we have selected it. Again, this is up to you, what you would like to do. Moving back here to the partner portal, it is of course possible to create multiple connectors. So the purpose of creating a new connector would be, I have a different organization or company that I would like to set up a new connector for, whereas when you are inside a connector for a single company, you would go through the steps here. This is the update section. Go back, you find your configuration, step number 3. This section is related to configuring alarms for your one specific company. So here is detailed information regarding the alarms, where on the connectors overview page, you simply have the option to create new connectors. And just for the purpose of the video, this organization, specifically Big Design, did not allow access for the partner to access their alarms. So this is a great chance for me to show what an error message would look like. You of course can go ahead and log in as that customer and allow API access for your partner. This error would go away. So it is a very simple problem to solve, and something that you should be told as a partner, hey, the organization did not allow you access to their alarms, but as a managed service provider, of course you should have access, and you could go ahead and log into their IT Expert and enable that for the partner. And with that, the Walk Me video has concluded. I hope you enjoyed the content. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.